I got a question. Just kind of open the door for it. So if you were a part of the Portia Williams Gubati and Simon Gubati, what advice would you give them?
If I was a part of,
if you were an attorney, the counsel,
divorce.
Yes. Oh, I would give them this. I've done divorces where I've represented both sides. So you and Sheldon are getting a divorce. Sheldon has his millions. You have your millions. You're both social media influencers.
He's a fraud.
And I sit down with the both of you. I'm not even going to address that, Sheldon. I sit down with both of you. And I say, there's two ways this could play out. Sheldon can go hire Lauren Wasser, as I think Ray J's wife has done. She hired the high-powered Hollywood lawyer. And CJ can go hire Kessler in Atlanta, another high-power guy. And each of you can put down retainers of $35,000 to $40,000 to start with, and then we can run that tab up to $150 each as you go through a 1 year, 2 year battle, Simon and Portia. Or we can sit down in a room together with one lawyer, pay him $5,000 or $10,000, write up a settlement agreement, write up a parenting plan if there's a kid involved, write up an asset distribution breakdown, figure out what alimony is going to be, if any, figure out what the attorney's fees are going to be, if any, and we're done. And if it's one guy doing it, the attorney's fees is just one flat check to that guy or girl or woman. So I've done a lot of those kind of divorces where I'm able to convince the husband and wife, like, it's in your best interest to do it this way. And I've tried to do it for some of my housewives friends who shall remain nameless. But if you just look around who's going through divorces, not Portia and Simon, but there's someone in the divorce.
Let me know that you weren't handling the divorce, because you would been like, I am not inclined to sit here and actually, speak on this whole situation. Like, I got my answer, but I do want to know, with Simon going through what he's going through, the whole you gotta the United States denying him citizenship. Like, I guess this is my question with them: Was it too long to be annulled?
No, it wasn't too long. Was it 6 months, a year? How long was it?
Yeah, because annulments are with under 12 months, right?
Yeah, how long was it?
A total of 18 months.
But how long married?
But I think it just got a year. I think a year.
But even an annulled or uncontested, it gets the same effect. If you do uncontested, you can be done in 60 days or less. Uncontested basically means I send you a copy of my complaint. You agree to everything. You agree to be served via email or copy. We don't have to do the sheriff thing. You waive all of that. We give it to the judge. We tell the judge we've already agreed on everything. We got a separation agreement written up. We signed it. We keep it sealed, and we're out of court by June 1st.
Right.
Nobody gets to know anything. That's the smartest way to do this. And these celebrity actors, singers, actresses, Real Housewives, they don't understand. The guys who do family law full time, they want to take your money. They want you to walk in and put down $50,000 each, because they're looking at it like, hey, what we got going on today? Oh, Carmen Simmons is filing her divorce. Oh yeah, we're gonna do this one full throttle, James, for 2 years. We're gonna hire guardian ad litems. We're gonna hire experts. We're gonna do discovery. We're gonna take depositions. We're gonna hire a forensics expert to go through our bank accounts. You're talking $100,000 each to the law firm.
It doesn't sound like this is going to just go away with a uncontested divorce, because Simon has been more active in the media since this entire thing started than he's ever been, even while they were married and on television and with their shows. And now he has asked that, is it Truly that records, that produces Real Housewives of Atlanta? One of the production companies, he has said that he wants them to turn over certain information to, it sounds like he wants to try to silence how much of their story Portia talks about. He's talked about her bringing gunmen to the house. So it does not sound like Simon is going to close this out quietly and under the radar.
No, it doesn't. Or he's trying to posture to bring her to the table. He might be making private demands, and she might be saying, "No, I'm not giving you half my money or half the assets or whatever." So he's using social media almost to shake her down, to get her to the table. Like, do you want me?
She better be careful. He might take her back to the village.
Oh my God.
I can't with her. I can't. Carmen, I can't.
All right, James. So before you get out of here, we would love for you to share with our viewers the news about partnering with Alicia Keys' Hell's Kitchen and the success of the MJ musical.
Oh, thank you, Carmen. So MJ,
I'm joking.
And CJ for you, CJ, you know what I got to thank you for involving Mr. Sheldon over here. So, trying to get me in trouble with clients and former clients. And then talking about he a black man and he's for Black Man Brotherhood and he's a black man.
No. Listen, I expect for you the intelligence to kick in and you get to me the way you need to. We black, we can read between lines.
So MJ the musical is a very special part of our operation now. I'm an investor and partner. Our company, Front Row Productions, Stephen Bird and Aaliyah Jones out of New York, brought me in probably 3 or 4 years ago and started telling me about Broadway. I had always represented entertainers. I'd always done Mama I Want to Sing, Tyler Perry stuff, David Talbot stuff, always either as a promoter / producer or investor. But then they brought me over to Broadway and I did piano lesson with Kandi Burrus first. And we hit a home run with that. And that was just a small investment, but it was a lot of fun. Then MJ just fell in my lap. And MJ is just the gift that just keeps giving. It sells out every night. Broadway, the American tour, we're in 50 cities. I think we're in Denver tonight. We did 6 weeks in LA, sold out, and LA is not a theater town at all.
Wow.
In LA, like
that's great.
And sold out 6 weeks. Then we went to San Francisco, then Utah, Denver, come through Tulsa, getting over to Detroit, DC in the summer. And as a partner on the show, I'm just proud. I say it's the grandchildren's retirement money. And we've added London to it. We have Germany coming, Australia coming. And the thing that's phenomenal about these plays, and I'll say it in this room, people don't realize like one play alone, like Hamilton, is a behemoth. You're talking just $1 billion enterprise, really. And you don't really realize that. But they have Hamilton in 12 markets running simultaneously.
Wow.
Broadway, you can go on cruises and watch Hamilton. So we have MJ doing that, and then I'm also in Camelot, Sinatra the musical in London, Cabaret. We opened Cabaret. I didn't even post this yet, so this is exclusive to you, Carmen. I signed on to Cabaret. Cabaret opens on New York next weekend as well. So I have both plays open in the same
Congratulations.
Cabaret and
Congratulations.
Alicia Keys fell in our lap because I think it was just diversity. I think Alicia wanted to make sure the team represented us, and I praise God for that, if I'm honest. I think Alicia wanted to make sure that everybody was involved, that we had a good group, mixture of diverse folks involved behind the scenes. So I believe that's what it was. I don't know for sure, but I believe that's what my gut is telling me. But we're investors in that one, and we are in the first one on Broadway, so that as it expands, you kind of go with it wherever it goes from here. If you get to London, that MJ London has Miles Frost playing the lead again, and he killed it on Broadway 2 years ago, won the Tony Award. Now he's over in London opening up our London cast while the Broadway cast is still running and the tour is still running. So when it's all said and done, by this fall, we hope to have 6 plays up on Broadway and 2 in London.
That's amazing.
That is amazing, brother. And if you need somebody to sweep the floor, I'm here.
Hey.
Oh no, I'm coming to interview all cast on all Broadway shows. So
come on. We're opening parties next weekend in New York. Come on up, Carmen.
Wow.
Let me know what's up, bro.
Red carpet next weekend. I'm trying to figure out on Saturday how I'm gonna be at Cabaret at 4, the show, the party, then get to Alicia for the show and the party. It's like a 4 to midnight kind of thing. I'm trying to figure out how I can be in both places.
Wow.
But Cabaret supposedly is a big deal in London. It has sold out for years in London. It's called Cabaret at the Kit Kat Club. I have not seen it, but my partners said it was something that I should be a part of. So I joined the fray.
That's what's up. Wow. Super super proud, especially meeting
Yeah,
you for
me
the first
too.
time. I feel like you're this big brother now that I can call, and we're about to, gossip about like little legal stuff that will never come to light, but it'll just be between me and you. I won't get you in trouble.
Thank you.
I did not get in trouble. Don't you do that.
Yeah, I haven't said much about the thing with Diddy because it kind of surprised me. I didn't see it coming, but I don't disagree with it. If that's how you feel and you choose to do that, I stand with you as a young man. But I stand with you. I want you to get healing. That's really my. I hope you get your legal recourse. I hope you get your money. But Carmen, you know me. I want to make sure you, the person, are taken care of, because we can replace money, we can get money, we can lose money. But that thing about like when you're crushed, like some of these people who worked around Diddy seem to be, or or Weinstein or any of the others we know, that breaks my heart. That how do you get that back?
Right.
When that's taken from you, and you've been vulnerable, you've been transparent, you've given yourself to this producer or this filmmaker or this film director, or in Harvey Weinstein's case, the CEO with all this power, and you've come to him as a vulnerable woman, and he's just taken everything from you.
Right.
How do you come over? I don't know how you heal from that. I mean, we cry when we catch our girl cheating or lying to us or doing something that's not right. We have a moment there, and that's not even nowhere near the level of what these women and young men have been through. So that's what breaks my heart, Sheldon, to your question, that I hope these men and women can just find peace. I hope they get the money. Money makes it feel good. You can sleep better with $5 million in the bank. Even if you're kind of getting healed, you can still sleep better. And that's usually what motivates me when I'm suing somebody or I'm trying to fight for somebody. As Carmen knows, I know people sleep better when they get the money, but it still doesn't change the hurt.
Because I can pay for the therapy.
Yeah.
Right.
Mace recently was on his podcast with Cameron, and he referred to this situation as reparations. And I know that, and I went to college with Mace, so I've been hearing different stories for a long time. And my question about Mace, because his beef with him publicly has not been about any type of like, sexual conduct, but more so about the money. What do you think it is that is in these contracts with his artists that they all have a similar story of not being paid what they believe that they should have been paid, whether it be their publishing or just whatever their actual recording deal included? Like, why would all of them have such a similar story and no one learned from the last person?
Well, let me answer that. When you start off as Diddy, you don't actually probably read the contract. Your lawyers tell you, we signed a CJ, we got you covered, Puff. She's signing the Bad Boy. CJ signs, she goes triple platinum. Sheldon writes all the songs, but Puffy takes half the publishing on it. So it's Puffy and Sheldon on every song that CJ's singing. So now the two of them are mad because Sheldon knows he wrote all those songs, but he's giving up half the copyright. CJ's mad because she knows the songs have gone double, triple, quadruple, whatever, platinum, and she's still struggling and having to sing every weekend to try to just keep her family up and take care of her mama and have a decent house in Brooklyn. So why is that? Because in these contracts, the way it's written is when CJ sells 3 million copies, she's supposed to make about 10 cents per copy. So if we just do basic math on 10 cents, that's like 300 grand.
Right.
But the problem for CJ is Puff spent 2 million, 3 million to make the album. And the album costs will be applied to her 300 grand, not the 20 million that the album made. If the album sold 3 million copies and the net take home to the label was $7 on a $14 jacket or $12 jacket, the album grossed about $21 million for that label. CJ's supposed to get 300,000 because she gets 10 cents per copy sold. But her 10 cents, her royalty rate pays the whole budget, all the Grammy trips, all the clothes, everybody's salaries. So she comes out of that first 3 million selling triple platinum record, negative 2.7 million to Bad Boy. Diddy never read the contract. So he didn't really know
For you too.
royalties, but he knew he was taken care of because his team said, yo, we got you. We got her in the standard agreement. She calls Diddy up, yo, Puff, I'm broke. I ain't made no money. And he's
Right.
like, we're gonna advance you 100. We're gonna advance you this. We're gonna advance you that. She takes the advancement. She can go get her hair done, buy some more clothes. Sheldon takes the advancement on his publishing, but neither of them understand that they're just further in debt on that credit.
Right.
Diddy is
that-
the best for them.
That's why all these artists are coming back because they've sold 100 million plus records between Biggie, Total, 112, Open Disclosure, 112 is a client of mine. They've sold all these records, and you come back and realize, like, wait, the labels made $100 million, but we all still unrecouped, still in debt.
Right.
So is their anger misdirected? Should it be more so at the parent company or distributor of Bad Boy and not actually Bad Boy? Or is it just a matter of everyone not reading their contract?
The first album, I would say misdirected because Diddy may not have known. But by that second, third, fourth, fifth album, we 5 years in, we 10 years in, Diddy should know by now that, wait, Sheldon's not making any money.
Right.
My co-executive producers are not making any money. Stevie J shouldn't have to do 10 years of Real Housewife with all the hit records he has produced.
Loving Hip Hop.
Stevie J should be worth $40 million for what he did for all the Bad Boy hitmen. Ron Lawrence, D. Dot, Stevie J, Hashim, all of them guys. I can't even think of all their names, but all of them should be worth 30, 40, $50 million, just like Holland Dozier Holler, who did the work for Berry Gordy, all of the writers over at Philly International and stuff. These guys should have that kind of money. And like I said, I'm going to give you a pass on the first record because you could say, well, I didn't know your agreement only gave you 10 cents, CJ. But if I see us do a second record and we go triple platinum and a third record and another one, and CJ's still struggling and Sheldon's still struggling and I'm worth now 200 mil, I'm just going to call everybody in the room. Literally at my law office, we call everybody in the room and we say, who owns a house? Who doesn't own a house?
Yeah.
Right now, we have 20 people out looking for houses, some in the law firm, some in family. And our motto is we have to put the down payment down for your house because we're running this multi-million-dollar operation now, but we couldn't be running it but for you. We don't have MJ without my assistant Anaya sending me contracts in LA to sign when MJ comes out and saying, hey, I got your contracts in today. Usual routine, boss. Print them out, go through them, send them to the lawyer, make sure they're correct, sign them for you. Yes, Anaya, get that done. So how do I get in a brand that's worth billions and millions of dollars, but my assistant doesn't own a condo? How does I get in a brand? How do I win cases that are, doing well for clients, but my paralegal doesn't have a car? Like that's got to be the mindset of a Puff, Dre, or whoever, Jay-Z, whoever. Everybody on my team has to go up, starting with kids first because you're built by your family first, and then rolling into your team in the office, your team in the law firm, your team at the Broadway play, your team in the real estate side. All my teams, everybody knows his mentality is that we all have to win. He can't be the only millionaire when this is said and done.
Yep. Right. So starting Monday, I'm going to be working at my new job at Attorney James L. Walker's.
Right.
What's the vision? You want to be with Broadway? You want to be real estate? You want to be the law firm? DC, Atlanta? Where you want to be?
I am a operations person, so I help blanket.
Okay.
Like a dibble dabble. Okay. But wherever you need me.
She's laughing, Sheldon. She's laughing. Both of them laughing. I'm gonna have Anaya call both of them this week and be like, "So, Attorney Walker would like your resumes."
Right.
No. Because if you drop your tonight, I said it to you. Carmen already tell you. I done already checked stuff about working with you. And I ain't bullshit. So bro, I'm not bullshit.
No, but
I am a little Olivia Pope, to be honest with you. Except I'm not messing with the president.
No, I can't. I'm not even gonna respond to that, Carmen. To your point, Carmen, about who should they direct their energy at, it has to be the CEO. If Diddy's the CEO, and all of these artists from Mason down are saying the same thing, and you're a billionaire. Come on, man. Let everybody, you're a billionaire. You could take 3% interest on your money and write all these people $5-10 million checks and not even miss it. Not even miss it.
He recently posted that his 100% of his publishing was signed over. His advance was $20,000. This was from starting with his first album. He said he offered Diddy $2 million to have his publishing given back to him.
No,
because he gave him the $20,000 advance, and Diddy said no. And so he said, "You've been recouped."
You know how much that publishing is worth? Oh, on Biggie alone, Biggie's publishing is probably worth about 70 to 100 million. Just Biggie's publishing, because it's the life of the author plus 70 years, depending on which Copyright Act. It's the life of the author for 70 years, sometimes life of the author for 95 years, depending on when the songs were written and all that stuff. But so Mace lives to be 100, you got another 50, 70 plus years to make money off that catalog. That's like you go back. I was in LA with Kerry Gordy's my mentor in LA. His father's Berry Gordy. So you go look at Berry Gordy and Motown. Those songs were written in the 60s. And here we are in 2024 still singing what? Baby, baby, baby.
Right.
Baby, baby. It's making money 60 years later.
Wow.
60 years later, that catalog is still worth 200, 300, 400 million. 60 years later. And those guys died broke, but Motown people made money.
Right.
So that's why he won't give Mace that catalog back for $2 million. To all of us, it sounds like Puff. You gave him 20,000, he's giving you $2 million back. What's the problem?
Right.
But again, it's that mindset of I want everybody to win.
Yeah.
I and I were having a conversation this morning. She's kind of my right-hand assistant. And I was like, Anaya, Zion done brought a house and put 4 tenants in it. He worked in my office 3 days. You've been here 2 years. What are we waiting for? And she's like, I know, Attorney Walker. I know. I'm just doing this and finishing law school and getting this right with law school. You know, I'm like, sweetheart, I can't guarantee you this deal will be open 5 years from now. Like, you need to move right now.
I know that's right.
Everybody, I understand everybody doesn't have that, but at least you staffers to know this is the building where you walk in and you say, I found it. I need 30 grand. I need 20 grand. I need 10 grand. And somebody team is going to come to me and say, hey, Sheldon found a condo. He needs 20 to get in it. Can we wire the money? Can we advance the money? That way, everybody's going up. And I don't see that mentality in our music industry.
Right.
Or the whole, I cry, I'll say this and let it go, Carmen. I cried at Curtis Blow, Grandmaster Flash, Big Daddy Kane, Spoonie G, Marley Marl, that all of those guys are not just multi-millionaires.
Yeah.
Because we all know from the 80s what they did to really keep hip hop a viable music option until it just broke through with Walk This Way by Run DMC. And then MC took it commercial, and then Biggie, then Jay-Z.
I worked in music publishing at Hitco Music Publishing with L.A. Reid. I've met countless writers and producers that signed contracts and didn't know the business that they were in and have had hits on the radio and been at number one and sat in those offices with me and talked to me and told me about their experiences and didn't have any money. I've loaned money to hit writers and producers. So what advice would you have for anyone entering not just music industry, but the entertainment industry, and when they're first getting in and they're getting contracts put in front of them?
Hold on a second. I want to make sure I got your question right. Your question to me is, what advice would I give anyone coming in the music industry?
Yes, or entertainment overall.
Regarding contracts, regarding
the contracts and making sure that they are being valued or they're represented in what they're signing.
I did a book for Random House called This Business of Urban Music, and there's a quote in the book that always stood out with me. A guy named Sean Garrett is out of Atlanta. I don't know him well.
Sean was one of the writers at Hickory. I know Sean.
But something Sean said to me when I interviewed him about 10 years ago, he said, people have to inspect what they expect.
Mm-hmm.
And I took that and applied it across the board in my film deals, my Broadway deals, my real estate deals, my music deals, any deal I'm doing. I always say to clients, inspect what you expect. Tonight, I'm looking at nil deals for Raven Johnson. She won the game Monday night against Caitlin. The Sunday, the black girl that D'd up Caitlin. I told everybody she was guarding Caitlin like those brothers when you get out your car, Sheldon, and they like, where you going? Where you going, man? She was guarding Caitlin like no tomorrow. So I'm looking at deals for her, and I'm inspecting what her parents expect, because I want to make sure the agreement meets the expectations of the artist or the ball player or the whoever. So what Sean Garrett said to me was, these kids sign these publishing deals, they got to inspect it better. Because if you don't look at it and analyze it and have your lawyer analyze it, it never meets your expectations. These people that signed with Bad Boy back in the day, nobody inspected the agreements. Nobody. They just was so happy to get a deal that they signed it with the expectation that they would be really, really rich and really, really successful. Then later they brought it to my office and I inspect it and I say, well, your royalty rate's only 8 cents. You would have to sell 8 million records to just make $500,000. And then you still might be on the hook if he spends more than $500,000 making the record. So that would be my advice. Inspect what you expect so that the contract lives up to your expectations when it comes full circle and you're a successful actor, director, filmmaker, artist, singer, songwriter, whatever. On Broadway, same thing. Inspect what you expect.
Yeah. It's people think like even the smallest, like 1-page contract type situation, like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. I can just read through it. No, baby, you don't know legal jargon.
No.
Find someone to look it over. I became that person myself. Like even with Carmen, when we did when we were filming for the first time and the 1-page contract, I was like, what's this? And I just got to I didn't have a lawyer to look over at the time. I had somebody that was legal savvy though to be able to go over it with me. And they said, this is what this thing. And I was like, oh, okay. Hey, Carmen, I need to amend something. Not even using the right terminology, but at the same time, you got to know what you're getting yourself into. You know,
you just trying to get in the industry, Carmen, and your lawyer tells you, hey, this is a bad deal, but you got to do it to get through this door. Then try to minimize the deal. So what we do is we try to say, okay, let's sign this contract, but let's put one sentence in here that says the following. In the event we go platinum or gold, we come back to the table and renegotiate everything.
Right.
That one sentence undoes everything. It just undoes everything that could be bad about that contract. So we try to tell clients, make sure you have some trigger language in there to reopen the conversation a year from now when you're triple platinum, quadruple platinum, and all this other stuff. And it's unfortunate. We've heard this story from Motown to LA, LaFace to Diddy. Black artists always say, I didn't get paid. I sold millions of records for them and I didn't get paid. So at some point, when do we take care of our own? When do we make sure our own get paid? And then I'm the bad guy because I'm educating the artists. I'm telling them, let's go burn the building down if they won't do right. So then I'm the bad guy that all these record label heads are like, oh, we can't stand him because he's telling these artists, rip up their contract or find some way to get out of it.
What I think tell everyone is that most of the time the contract that's being handed to you is written in the favor of the person that handed it to you. And so you have to do your due diligence and read it. And whatever you don't understand, go get some understanding before you sign it. Because once you sign it, it is assumed that you know what you signed.
And you're bound.
And you're bound.
Right.
And sometimes that does mean that you may not have that opportunity anymore. I've been in that position where I've had a television producer tell me what we're going to do in our face, 50-50. We shaking on it. Let's go do it. Start filming. And then in the middle of filming, receive a contract that does not say anything like what we discussed and we just shook hands on. And when my attorney redlined it and gave it back and said, hey, we can either address these issues here or we could just start from fresh based on what you guys agreed on verbally. Well, that producer decided, I don't want to talk to you anymore.
We just had an incident like that.
As a young 24-year-old, that first opportunity was taken away because I didn't agree to what was in the contract because it wasn't the same as what we talked about. So sometimes it does mean that you are forfeiting your opportunity, but I think in the long run, it may be worth it because who wants to have a hit song or a hit show and you're not getting any credit for it or you're not getting the money for it? Like somewhere it has to give. But if you don't read what you sign, then you're responsible for signing and not reading.
Sheldon, I say to people all the time when they come in my office, I say, Sheldon, do you want fame or fortune? Tell me right now, because that tells me how to handle you. If you tell me you just want to be famous, then I call my friends at the Grammys. I call Carmen. I call my friend at the Jasmine brand. I call my friend at the Stellar Awards, and we make you famous. Now, if you tell me you want to make a fortune, then I start telling you, okay, these are the moves you got to let me make for you. And you might be a little unpopular as we twist their arm to get them to pay you what you're worth. We might have to walk away from a couple situations. We might have to cut off a few producers that you were really, really cool with because they want to own your masters. And we can't have that. So we always ask that question. Do you want fame or do you want fortune?
I want that bread.
You want the bread?
I want that bread, baby.
Because
I can't nothing
we all know people
like I do with that money.
All the people who do these housewife shows, and they probably gonna slap me for saying this tomorrow morning. So y'all can air this in your stories. But many of my I'm backing up, CJ. I'm backing off it now. Many of my clients, see, we got rid of all, Sheldon. We use many of my clients who do these housewives shows, to me, they just want fame.
They want fame.
Because I don't see a lot of money coming out of it for many of them. Kandi Burrus is the only one I think that has done it brilliant, but she had, a multi-million-dollar publishing portfolio. She had other things going on, so it didn't make her brand; it complemented her brand. And many of the people that go on these shows, I try to tell them, you gotta use it for a period of time to build some other things, and then walk away from it. It's not somewhere you want to sit for 14 seasons. It's been.
Tell our viewers where to find you as well and how to find your place.
Sure. They can find me on social media. On Instagram, I am James Walker Jr. ESQ, James Walker Jr. ESQ on Instagram. I'm on Twitter as Attorney James Walker, and I'm on Facebook as Attorney James Walker Jr. And I'm kind of based now in New York, Atlanta, and DC because of what we're doing on the play side. I'm back and forth to New York. I have a place in Brooklyn that I stay at, and London, running back and forth to London. So I would say I'm Atlanta based, but we're in the process of trying to figure all of that out. So I'm just kind of going where God tells me to go and being obedient and submitting yourself to a team. That's the hardest part for us sometimes as Black men, like letting a team say, we got this. We got travel, we got phone calls, we got scheduling, we got invoicing, we got the building covered. You don't need to come to Atlanta every 3 days. We can check on the building. Like that's been a mental adjustment. And when it works, you kind of realize they were right.
Right.
That's awesome.
Like submit yourself and let them do what they do and hire the right brilliant people around you, and you can sleep at night. So I sleep at night while our plays are running. I get financial reports to let me show what they're doing, and I don't have to, be so hands-on, and I can hopefully play the piano or play golf when I get a minute.
Right.
That's awesome.
But it's a pleasure meeting all of you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Show. I hope y'all are syndicating this or doing something to get it out there. Carmen can I just say this lady here? I've worked with her. I think I've only met you once, right?
We have not met in person, James. We've only been talking on the phone and computer for years. Yes.
I thought I met you.
No. But Attorney Walker is my attorney, guys. He is A1. He won my case.
Thank you. Not done yet. We're not done yet. But yes,
We're not
she
done
came to me.
yet.
Gina Marta referred her to me. But it's been probably 4 or 5 years and I haven't met you. That's crazy.
Right, because it started over the pandemic, and that was a long time. And then I've been in and out of Atlanta, so yeah.
Well, I love
I
what
have
she
to come
said.
to a play.
Please do. Let me know.
To London or New York, both.
London. Go to London.
London.
Now, Sheldon, I got to tell you this as a black man who's cultured. So I got to London. They put me in the Mayfair Hotel,
I love the Mayfair.
Buckingham Palace, and you couldn't tell me that I wasn't just.
Get out of here, bro.
I was just living my best life, buying suits, buying shirts, by the foot. I got there and I was like from Connecticut, like, hey, it's nice to be here. By that 5th day, I was like, Charlie, can you give me a cab? I think I'm Brixton. I want to go to church.
Listen, code switched
like
on.
I call home. My mother was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "I'm fine, Mom." She said, "Well, what's with his voice?" And I was like, Mom, what's wrong with you? I'm in England. I'm having a good time." But it just, and I say this about your family. I posted this, Carmen, when your cousin went to London at 18 for the Live Aid tour. And I was like 2 or 3 years younger than Joey. I was like, yeah, I got to get to London. Then I saw Luther live at Wembley. Luther did live. And those things like just stuck with me for years. Like, I want to do something in London. I don't know what it is, but I just want to be a player in London. And to be there for 8 days, and they are like MJ mania over there. Every restaurant I'm on the train, catching the train to the airport, a South African family sitting here. And I say, so you enjoy your stay here? And the mother's like, yeah, we got to see MJ the musical. And I was like, well, I'm with the producer. It was just that.
That's awesome.
The entire week I was there. We were selling out every night. We did the red carpet. All of the royalty from London came out. The 3 kids came out. Michael's 3 kids came to the opening.
Oh, wow.
I'm standing there shaking their hands on the red carpet. And it just felt like, wow. But I remember when your cousin went with Run DMC and Live Aid. And I was like, yeah, boys from our neighborhood can go to
That's awesome.
And do this. Like
that is awesome, bro.
In Brooklyn, Bridgeport, the Bronx, wherever, Queens, and be on the world stage over there. And it's nothing but white people in the audience. If I show you pictures of our show in London, it's probably 95% white, if not 98%.
Wow.
They love it. They love every product.
I know that's right. That's awesome, bro.
So
that is awesome.
So Sheldon, you go to London, you have to stay at the Mayfair. It's a very beautiful hotel.
I will.
Yeah,
I will after my boss get me over there on one of these two.
My
new boss.
Yeah, I went up. Now I gotta say this to the women because I'm gonna post this. It's been on my heart to post it for 3 weeks, but I gotta get the courage. So maybe Sheldon can tell me how to do it. But I owe the women a big apology, Sheldon, because I got over there, right? And I went, got my nails done. And I always do my nails, but I got over there, I got a facial, I got a massage, I got the nails done, I got the hair teased. Then this guy did some fire near my ear. They strike fire up near your ear and they do something to your ear over there. I was doing 5 hours of pampering. I was almost late for the red carpet. And in that moment, I said, this is what women go through every time we go out to something important. Like, it just hit me like, wow, this started at noon last Wednesday. And I was still going at 4 with facial. I ain't do the feet. I had got the pedicure before I left America. But I was like, darn, if I was doing the feet, I'd be here another hour. And it just dawned on me like the whole process of getting yourself ready it's
a whole thing.
It's a thing.
Which is why we do our if we gotta go somewhere, we get our nails done Monday. And Monday, nails and feet done. Tuesday, foundation of the hair. Not the curling of the hair and all that, but just the foundation, the new sew-in, the new wig, whatever, new braids, fitting, it's the beats. It's the process.
No, I did all of that. I had to get the ascot. Had never worn ascot. I had to go get the ascot.
I love that.
The shirts right. So I went to some fancy London clothing store and they're tapering me and measuring me. I had brought a nice suit and everything, but I just felt I needed a shirt. This white girl got me the shirt, put it together. And I said, man, is this what women go through? And I felt bad. Here's the apology, Sheldon. I felt bad because I recalled all the times I sat in the car like, what is taking her so long? What? How long is she gonna be done? She's been getting her hair done for 3 hours. You get much hair done in the world.
You're welcome.
How much? How many times she gotta get her nails done? They look fine last night in bed.
We forgive you.
Why she gotta do her face look fine to me? It's the same face. I'm gonna see it tomorrow morning. But boy, they did the facial so good. When I got back to the Mayfair, CJ, I had to take a shower, get ready. But I'm in the shower like, I don't want the water to hit the face.
That's what you got.
Yeah, you were sucked in, bro. You were sucked in.
Like into the shower, your head back.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. I was like, what is going on here in London?
That is crazy.
But I gotta write the apology to the woman on social media for all the times I've said, how come it take her so long to get her nails done? How come she got to get her facial done? I loved you when I married you or when I started dating you. Why you got to do your face different this weekend? Like all of that. All those things we said. Why is she always late? And then I'm late to the red carpet. My team is waiting down at the desk for me like, we told you we wanted to leave at 5:30. Now it's about 5:45 now. You going to make us late to open the night?
Right.
Oh,
Well, I'm a professional hairstylist and makeup artist, so I'm in the fight with him.
All of that to say, I apologize, Carmen. On behalf of all Black women, I want to apologize. All Black men to a Black woman, I want to apologize to each of you because London has taught me a different respect for.
I love that.
All of this that y'all.
I love that.
Make sure we just flip this out, this 10 seconds and clip it out and be like, apologies to all Black women.
It's a whole different, I'm telling you. So, and then I felt more confident on the carpet. That was the end of it. Like I walked the red carpet feeling like I'm clean, my nails are done, my ears are clean with fire, whatever he did, my facial skin looks right. Like I felt a whole different energy.
They're like, Attorney Walker, this way. You're like,
right.
right here.
Is that? Oh, I'll send you the pictures. Go look at the pictures on the red carpet. I'm trying to be Michael. I'm looking for this guy like Michael.
That is awesome.
So thank you all. This has been great. Carmen, I'll be in touch with you. Sheldon and CJ, it's nice to meet you.
Absolutely.
Nice to meet you as well.
And we appreciate you. Wonderful blessings to everything that you are doing. It is so good to hear skin folk doing good. And then also the selflessness that you display with everyone that's in your village, I think is probably one of the best things you could have said this entire night, being the willingness to share with those around you. So thank you so much for being a great example, even to those who are following you.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate you saying that.
Yeah. Talk about this one.
All right, so we back.
Got my plush beauty.
Yay.
I still ain't got none. It's fine. One day I'm gonna be a part of the plush beauty crew.
Yeah, that was cute, CJ.
Free spray. Okay. All right. So Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Ciao. Okay. During a recent episode, the last episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, Love and Hip Hop stars Yandy Smith Harris and her husband Mendeecees opened up about turbulence in their marriage. Mendeecees, who went to prison for 4 years on drug trafficking charges, in the beginning of their marriage, expressed his commitment is what's keeping him in his marriage more than love. Yandy makes decisions without his input. He feels that his wife is so busy, she's neglecting her marital duties, and they are just in a dark place. After being a single parent and remaining married for 4 years while Mendeecees was in prison, should he give her space to do everything she wants, or should Yandy slow things down? What y'all think? Where y'all go? Oh, okay.
I think that we've been seeing a slow progression of issues arising with Yandy and Mendeecees, which it's really sad to me because Yandy did stay with him for 4 years while he was in prison. And she probably had to put a lot of things career-wise and personally on hold so that she can essentially act as a single parent, even though she was married because he was in prison. But to Mendeecees' defense, just because he's home doesn't mean completely like neglect the fact that you are married. Like maybe there needs to be a discussion about how they can come to a healthy balance. Because I would hate to see them break up after going through everything that they've been through.
Right. I agree. Sheldon, what do you think about that?
Don't know much about their relationship. You know, I do see different things. I just see different things, and the one thing that I do see, one, like the whole disrespect with his mom and her is super crazy.
Well,
It's
okay,
super crazy.
so the smaller of the backstory with them is it's like they were together for a long time. Then
Now, okay, so watch this before you go back too far. I do know about her holding him down when he was in prison.
Right.
I do know about that. Okay,
Right.
so
like they were together for a long time. They got married. Once they got married, as soon as they got married, he turned himself in. So now she's handling everything in terms of the household of the kids that they have, because they had kids at the time, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Son or something, right?
Before he went in, they had kids, and then also having to do a blended family pretty much without him, and holding it all down. When he comes home, now it's supposed to be a family unit, but it's also a point where it seems like she's on this, you here, now you deal with it while I go ahead and kick off everything I was trying to do that I had on hold while you were inside and I was keeping a roof over our head.
Now, from a man's point of view, I'm sweeping the floors for you. Like, I'm sweeping the floors for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm good with numbers. Let me get in, you know what I'm saying, on this. Let me be executive oversight with these numbers. You trust me, you my baby. Let me see what's going on over here. If it's logistics, setup, if it's me even working with the crews of the people to be sure you're built, I'm in. Because that's my mindset. Like, for one, I know you have held it down for me. So I'm wherever you needed me. What you was gonna say?
But is there an expiration on that, to where it gets to a point where you guys actually still come back together as a unit? Because Mendeecees is saying that he doesn't feel like this is a marriage because she held him down, because she was there during his lowest time. The commitment that he made to her is what's holding him there, and no longer a love for their like relationship. So it's he feels it's more of a business arrangement than it is a marriage. So with that being said, yes, he's there to be there with her 10 toes down, but at the same time, do you continue to stay there 10 toes down with no expiration date, or is there expiration date because you did this, now I'm here, you get this time, but at some point in time, when is that cutoff?
When is the cutoff? Okay, so my thing is this right here. There's always, I think what needs to happen is, if we threw everything, because my first comment was throwing everything in one basket, and that's mentally, I'm not trying to leave. I am trying to show you thank you in the best possible way that I can. And that is jumping on everything that you're doing and helping you build. And hopefully, because my mind is, I'm getting stakes out of this as well. So as you're building, I am too. You get what I'm saying? So even if you was doing a restaurant, You know what I'm saying? Oh, let me see, can I do a whole promotion situation? You got restaurants. So now when we try this in Atlanta, then the next move, you know what I'm saying? We're doing this somewhere else and we're traveling, we're creating something where I'm getting in on the money. Yes. But I think what happens now is it needs to be separated, because I'm the type of person, I don't make enemies out of my ex. You don't never know who you gonna need. Now, if you ain't do nothing foul, you hurt me, or you tried to mess me up, bruh, we just didn't work as this. Don't mean we won't work as something else. And so my thing is, they already have the trust factor. You know what I'm saying? He know that she'll hold him down. You know, to him, she probably never did nothing crazy to him. Okay, I tell you what, the love part of this ain't working, but we getting this bad. So let's sit down to the table and let's see what part of our relationship needs to be reassessed, readjusted, so we can continue. Because at the end of the day, I don't give a damn. We still got a child that needs things. And if we can work together as parents, why not? We just don't have to be together.
I think the thing that bothered me the most is it's like, if you were to watch the clip and the conversation that they're having, Mendeecees is like pleading, almost like begging, like, we need to fix this. I never saw a point where we would not be forever, but now it's like she was like, well, what do you want me to do? He goes, I need you to be present here in this marriage. Like, I get that you're doing this and you're doing that. You're making decisions on your own and not even like having a conversation with me. Not to say like it's a permission that needs to be granted, but at the end of the day, when you are in a marriage, it's supposed to be like it's a partnership. You're supposed to discuss things, not just to go and do things.
It sounds like she's still working in the capacity of when he wasn't there, and she did make the decisions, and whether he agreed with them or not, because she was the one who was present in the lives of their children or had to go out and work. Regardless of what anybody else says, she has to make the final decision. And it sounds like she may still be working in that capacity. And when you work with your mate, sometimes the lines get crossed, even in which conversation that you're in. Like, are we having a conversation as husband and wife or boyfriend and girlfriend, or are we having a business conversation? And if she's moving from the viewpoint of I make the end all be all decision in both capacities, for a man, I can see how that can be a problem. And it's obviously, it sounds like they work very well as business partners, but you don't want your spouse to only see you as a business partner.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, because like very rare do we hear even Black men just publicly say like, let's go get therapy, let's go get help. And that's what he said. He goes, we need help. Yeah. And she's like, well, what do you think we need help on? And it's like, hold on, no, this man just opened up a whole nother window of vulnerability to say, hey, in the presence of however many viewers Love and Hip Hop has, to say, we need help. We need another party to come in and help. And your answer is, so what you think? Like, why you feel that way? Type, like, her energy about it, in my opinion, was just completely.
Even in the storyline that they presented before we got here, with her wanting to give her cousin her egg, and him feeling so strongly against it, but even in her hearing that, it didn't sound like it was going to change her decision. She was just kind of like, we're going to have to figure out what you need to do in order to get comfortable with this, because this is what I'm doing. And I found that difficult to listen to, or to watch, because at the end of the day, you're talking to your husband, and yes, it's your body, but
he's your husband and you're talking about giving an egg to someone else, which means that I would think you would want your husband to also be in agreement with before you made a decision like that. We're talking about bringing a life into the world, and even though your cousin would be raising it, it came from you, and he's your husband. I don't know. It's
like he said, what are the kids supposed to think? That's their brother or sister over there? Like,
right. This is my cousin brother.
Yeah, it's my
Yeah, but I think that's more mental than anything else. I do think that it does raise great questions from Mendeecees. Great questions because he's right. And then from a man, it almost feels like somebody else is having my child because we are one. When you marry, you do become one. And you know what I'm saying? Because now they're each other's body spiritually. So you're really taking an egg out of my body and giving it to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? The truth is, so I do think that can be super weird. But I mean, look what we found out about somebody that we that what they told us about them getting a child, and their brother went upstairs and dumped it in or whatever and gave it to their wife, like literally, you know. And the wife became pregnant, so the daughter is essentially the niece, but the wife is the wife. So, and what I'm saying with this,
okay, hold on, wait, go back.
I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna help you out.
All right.
Say me and Carmen. Me and Carmen are married, right?
Okay.
You're my sister.
Okay.
Okay, no, let's switch it around because it's a lesbian couple. You and Carmen together.
Okay.
Carmen is my sister. A mess. So Carmen is my sister.
Okay.
I already discussed with you when I have a baby, because when she already discussed with me when she has a baby that she wants me to be the donor. Okay. You're my best friend and my sister. I love you. Fuck yes.
Okay.
So she marries you. I literally go upstairs, ejaculate, and give it to you, and you become pregnant. Y'all married, so you carried the baby, but it's actually my seed because Carmen is my biological sister. You get what I'm saying?
Carmen wanted a baby with her own DNA attached to
exactly.
It. And I get, but the thing that now there's nothing wrong with that. However, the question is that when me and Carmen came together and we talked about having a baby, did me and Carmen agree? Carmen said, if we have a kid, I want my brother's seed to fertilize, to be like the father for the baby, the father donor for the baby. And if I say no, I don't want that, and Carmen's like, yes, that's what's gonna happen.
No, hell
no, but
because that's your body.
No, but what I'm saying is, it's like that's the conversation that Mendeecees and Kandi are having. It's like you and Carmen already had this conversation, and you both you said, I'm down for it. Yeah, you want a kid, of course I will be the donor for your for you to be able to have a kid with your partner. And then now I come along and I'm like, me and Carmen said we want a kid, and then Carmen's like, great, it's gonna be my brother. I'm like, nah. It's an agreement thing, you know what I'm saying?
It's such a major decision that I believe the spouse should agree. And if you can't come to an agreement, then you can't do it.
Yeah, the agreement, the stronger agreement can't be between one person.
Me and Carmen, exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Which in the case of Kandi and her cousin, they've already agreed this is what they're gonna do.
And it's kind of like, oh, Mendeecees, you got to get over it. And I'm just like,
She's out of bounds
How
for
does
that.
your husband have to get over it?
Oh,
Right.
yeah, the cousin need to get over it.
The
That the
cousin
plans
have to
change.
get over
When,
it.
it was funny because when they was in the meeting with the doctor and the doctor was explaining to me, DC goes, so can you put the egg that look less like that look less like us? The doctor's like, no, I can't do that.
But you know what though? Quite honestly, when I saw the video, the FaceTime video,
Between
it's
them,
some. Listen, I don't even watch Love and Hip Hop,
right?
but this is on some real brother shit. The look in his eyes,
He
he's
done.
done.
That baby done. That's what it looked
He
like.
is done. When I looked at that, and I don't even watch Love and Hip Hop, I don't know who Mendeecees is. That brother is done.
He looked
And
done.
and all this right here was like, oh, what the fuck am I gonna do, girl? Because you really ain't hearing me. Like, I don't want this anymore.
Mm.
And it's nothing is worse than feeling like you don't want that shit and you're bound by obligation.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Absolutely.
crazy.
Well, I'm gonna keep watching even though you're not watching, children.
Please,
It's
please keep watching, because you know what though, to be perfectly honest, I used to Shayla used to be my I used to get my
What?
fix
Who?
through her.
Who?
Yeah, my bad. I used to
Oh,
get my fix through her. But I listen, I
what?
lean on you a lot because you watch that.
I
So
do.
I do lean on you a lot to tell me this stuff.
I do. I got you. I got you. 'Cause I don't know what he was just talking about.
listen, I be forgetting about that shit. You know, because I'm the peacemaker. I'm the peacemaker.
Yeah. I
No, I'm dead ass. Carmen to tell you. Because I done got threatened to get kicked out of plenty of rooms. They be like, look, bitch, when the shit start, you need to get your ass out. You can't be, don't be playing. Carmen done already gave me the rules. Get your
I
ass
mean,
out.
I'm good at playing.
They
All
done
right.
already gave me the rules.
This week on Hot Topics got real hot and juicy and spicy, and we got a lot of answers to a lot of questions that we've been having for the past like few weeks, even months.
Right.
And
Yeah.
a lot of legal stuff has started. So
Yeah.
I was really excited about that. But baby, I just feel like something else about to pop off. I don't know what it is, but guess what? When they do, we're gonna be talking about it next week.
That's
on
right.
Those great hot topics. So, Sheldon, thank you for taking your time out tonight. You and your Nick Cannon.
Listen, listen. Y'all gonna love on me with this turban.
What is that?
That's the turban.
Yeah, Nick Cannon's
Turban.
turban. Okay, just don't have as many babies as him. And Carmen, fourth wall. Thank you for gracing me with your presence. I love it when you're on here, so I'm not having to sit here and call you out when you're not.
From behind the curtain.
Right, from behind the curtain. So no, but y'all, we could go to London. So we're going to London to see CJ the musical. I mean MJ the musical, CJ the musical. I like that.
I would love
CJ
to.
the
And I
musical.
would like to see Alicia Keys' Hell's Kitchen in New York City. So,
Yeah,
shout out
I
to
think
Attorney James Walker Jr. We definitely want to take you up on the invitations.
Oh yeah, we are definitely take you up on the invitation. So we're there opening night. Wait, when is opening night? He said this week?
Yeah, I think he said Hell's Kitchen was next week. Yeah.
Oh, I can do next week. This week I was like, ooh, okay. Next week I can do it. We're there. All right.
That's what's up.
So that's this week. Thank you for everybody that joined in. You know, we're gonna wrap this thing up and follow me at ain'tsaint.cj on Instagram. And that's it. Sheldon, where can they follow you?
I am Sheldon G. Horton everywhere. And also look at this name, Metro Man of Atlanta, because we are coming to a stream near you.
That's right.
Carmen.
Of course, in Style Atlanta first, the letter N Style Atlanta. And my Instagram is at It's Carmen Simmons.
Right.
And everybody loves Carmen.
I just love the fact that her attorney just decided to put her little family business out there, because then we're just gonna have a one.
Okay, but
Caught that several times, baby. I was like,
I don't know what type of time Aoki was on, but I agree that 65-year-old man that was just too much. That was too much. Aoki, it was too much.
Oh, yeah, because they breaking her down over that shit.
If he did not give her a bump in her allowance, she was gonna file.
She was gonna get a sugar daddy.
That's just what she said.
That's exactly what she found.
listen. You should have just gave her that bump.
She gave her an increase. She wanted an increase.
I bet after that, Russell was like, "So check your account."
Right.
Yeah.
I doubt it. I doubt it. I doubt it.
All right.
I doubt it.
Yeah. They broke up real quick. Okay.
They did.
She's like, yeah. Okay, thanks. I was like, at the end of the day, man, ain't no different than her mama and her daddy. She get it from her mama.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, baby. On a mama, on a hood, on a daddy, she know what she doing.
Well, thank you for tuning in to Insta News Break. Make sure you follow us at installatlanta.com on all social media platforms. And this is a wrap. Roll the tape.
Thank y'all.
Good night.
Good night.